couple of the drills that we have set up here, the straight striders and the straight lungers. These are drills that are designed for us lefties to work on directional type of stepping while opposite type of throwing. And most times when lefties learn that they can step in the direction of first base and throw the ball, and then they realize they have the 45-degree angle, everything then becomes that because they know they need to throw the ball in that direction, everything is going to become very directional in that sense. And in our mind, if everything becomes very directional towards first base, we're going to do things, we're going to change our movement pattern, like we're going to change the sequence of how we go to home in order to execute the throw to first. And it can happen very quickly in the motion. It could happen right when we come set. You can notice something's a little bit different. Into the leg kick, into our break, and we don't want to give away any of that. We want it to look very similar to like we were going home. So when I introduce these straight striders and straight lungers, these are not meant to be actual pickoffs. They're meant to help us understand and figure out how to step in one direction and throw in the other direction. Now, we as lefties have been graced with what we would consider a 45-degree angle, which I just come to find out in the past couple days that 45-degree angle is not actually in the rule book of baseball. Essentially, we can't deceive the runner. We can't make it look like we are stepping in the direction of home. So it is very arbitrary in how they call this balk move. And I think one of the things that really helps us with it is that we can kind of continue walking in the direction that we stepped. And while we can make it deceptive, really, they could call a balk more often than not. I think a good way to rule it for us lefties is to understand that, okay, 45 degrees is kind of like the terminology that we seem to kind of go by. So it's going to go off your back foot, and the 45-degree angle actually, if you're standing on the pitcher's mound and you look over at the baseline, the second baseline, you can kind of see it from lefty. You can see the second baseline start on the baseline. That's actually the 45-degree angle. So not that you want to mark that off, because you can kind of play with it as you go through your move and bend it a little bit. These are the kind of the ideas and angles that we're trying to use when we go through. And we can stretch it from stepping directly to first base, from stepping on that angle-ish type of throw where we are trying to look like we're moving in the direction of home plate, staying as square as we can, creating the illusion that our foot is in route or in flight to its regular stride line and stride landing zone, while actually delivering a ball over there while hopefully the guy's not paying attention. So I think with these drills, it's something that it just helps us learn how to throw towards first while moving and feeling like we're going towards home. And I think when I first work on it with a lot of lefties, they're very confused by it. It's not very comfortable. But everything's done in phases. So as you'll see in the videos, every stride drill, the strider drills, it goes in a phase of distance. So short distances is going to be stepping kind of like right where you come set, whether set in or out, but you're just kind of going right back down where you set your foot. So you come up, back down, right kind of where you had it when you had it set, throw that way. So step this way, throw that way. All right, that's kind of helps you get comfortable with the idea. And then we're just trying to basically stretch it as we go. All right, so you're going up, out, throw, and then you're actually striding out, like actually lunging, which is impossible. We don't really pitch like that. The goal is to just kind of create this whole idea of energy and force and moving in the direction of home while still getting our body into positions to get leverage to throw it to first base, to get that aesthetic, to make it look like we're moving that way. So again, we're going to go in straight lines, and then we're going to do the same exact drill moving on a 45. And this is kind of how we're molding the way that we look and the way that we feel, and then all the way to those angles that we can hopefully get away with in a game. And obviously the ones that we're going straight, it can still be pretty deceptive if you're doing a lot of the other things, but using that 45-degree angle can really give us that deception and illusion that we want. So.